Yo guys, what is up? I hope you're all doing great. I made it to Boquete, beautiful mountain town located in western Panama, only about 60 kilometers from the border with Costa Rica. As soon as I arrived here yesterday, I was like, good that I came here because Boquete is so different to anything I've seen before in Panama. I know I keep saying that in every place I go to, but they're really all so different. So I started my trip in Panama City, which was super modern, super cool city, loved it. Then went on to a tiny surf village, Santa Catalina, by the Pacific Ocean. And then yesterday I arrived here in Boquete. So Boquete is a very interesting place for several different reasons. First of all, let me show you what I'm wearing. Like, can you see what I'm wearing? The reason why I'm wearing long clothes is because it's actually quite cold here. I mean, it is 19 Celsius degrees. So cold, not cold. Especially compared to all the other places I just came from, Santa Catalina, Panama City, it was like 32 Celsius degrees. So it's a big difference. The reason why it's cooler here, it's obviously because we're up in the mountains. Boquete is located 1,000 meters above sea level. And the landscape here is incredible. The town is located in a valley surrounded by mountains, super green lush nature. And if I'm saying green lush nature, I really mean it. I don't think I've ever seen nature as green as here in Panama, which doesn't surprise me because it constantly rains. The rainy season here is about 8-9 months. Boquete itself is a little town. The population is about 20,000 people. And actually, fun fact, out of these 20,000 people, approximately 20% are expats. So Boquete is known for being like the expat town of Panama. I will tell you a little bit more about it later because it's super interesting what they, created here. They created this like really expat friendly environment. And beside being a really cute little town, Boquete is mainly known for all the outdoor activities that you can do here. It's the #1 place for hiking in Panama. Oh my god, look at this. Also, I am staying right there in this little castle. It's called Bambuda Castle and it's a bit of a funny place. It's like a combination of a hotel with a hostel. Very nice. The only disadvantage though is that it's located a bit outside of the town. So about 40-minute walk, 30-minute walk, but not an ugly walk. Let me just tell you that. So the first thing I will do today is coffee, which is not very different to what I usually do in life. But what's different about having coffee here is that this region is actually very famous for its coffee plantations. So I'll be having coffee that came from this place. Before I came here and I read that Boquete is so popular among foreigners moving to Panama, I was like, I kind of don't really get it because if I would move to a place like Panama, I would probably want to live by the sea and not in the mountains. But after spending the morning here, I kind of get it. First of all, it's freaking beautiful. I mean, it's so green and so lush and all these colors, and the houses are painted in these really bright colors, and it just makes you so happy. And people seem to be really happy and friendly here. You can just tell that people have a good life. Made it to the town. As I said, the first stop is gonna be a coffee shop where they apparently have really good Panamanian coffee. Also, one thing that I dislike about Boquete, which is pretty much the same thing I dislike about any other place in Panama, is the amount of cars. Panama is very similar to the States in that way, where it's really car dependent and people have these really big cars and they're driving around in them. But yeah, it can be a little difficult to walk around sometimes because you really need to be careful. Those cars here are huge. Found it.
I would like you to experience the fragrance of the coffee. So that's why I'm gonna swirl the coffee 3 times to push the aromas out of the jar. And I want you to leave the jar.
I shake it and then...
I already swirled it, so
okay,
you just have to close it to your nose and smell. You're gonna perceive brown sugar. We're gonna perceive red fruits.
You know, I have a very bad smell, so I can barely smell anything, but this I can smell.
Super.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Poland.
Poland. Nice. When you taste it, the first notes that you're gonna perceive and notice will be like the sweetness that it has, that will remind you of caramel.
That coffee place was so good. I 100% recommend it. In general, if you're into good coffee, good food, Boquete is the place to come in Panama. This region is apparently often referred to as the food basket of Panama because 80% of Panama's food produce are actually grown here. As I told you in the beginning, Boquete is also known for being the expat town of Panama. 20% of population are expats, and walking through the center of the city, you can definitely tell that it's a very foreigner-friendly place. There are a lot of local places, but there are also a lot of very like Western-looking restaurants, tons of pizza places. Majority of those expats living here are older people because Boquete is a very popular place to retire. They made all these laws that make it really easy for people from everywhere really to retire here. All you need is basically at least $1,000 of like retirement per month, and the paperwork is apparently super easy. They also made whole lots of different discounts for seniors, for like restaurants, activities. As for why so many expats decide to move here, I think it's always a bit of a snowball effect, right? Like someone starts and then more and more people come. So it's also about the community. Overall, I feel like the best way I can describe Boquete is good vibes. Good vibes everywhere. Also, I am starving, so it is time to eat. I haven't eaten yet. Okay, I already love this place. It has such a cool vibe. And also it just started raining, like pouring. So I'm not taking any chances today. After what happened to me yesterday, I'm done with the rain. And this is what I'm having. Tuna sandwich, because you know I freaking love tuna sandwiches. Unfortunately, it is still raining. It's actually raining more and more. So I came to this little market. If it doesn't stop to rain soon, which I unfortunately don't think it will, I'll probably have to call it a day. I really hope that tomorrow the weather will be better, or at least that in the morning it won't rain, so I can do some hiking. So we've been walking for approximately 10 minutes. So far, so good. It's not raining that much right now. I mean, it's drizzling, but it's not pouring. So I hope it continues like that. So I guess even though this trail is considered easy, you should definitely not do it alone. Those bridges, they're not even bridges, they're like when you're crossing a river, it's quite easy to slip and fall, and there's no connection here, so you cannot call for help. So that's why you should definitely not come here alone. And especially when it rains, when weather is like this, it gets slippery. But I'm really glad that I came here. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it because it's so wet. But it is really a cool experience. I mean, hiking for a freaking rainforest. When do I ever get a chance to do that again, right? The hike was awesome despite the rain. I'm really glad that I did it. It was quite an experience. Tomorrow I'll be leaving Boquete and going to Bocas del Toro, which is one of the most popular beach destinations, if not the most popular beach destination in Panama. It's on the Atlantic Ocean side. So Santa Catalina, where I was before, was on the Pacific Ocean side, and now I'm going to the other side, so to the Caribbean, and I'm very, very excited because it's going to be very different to Santa Catalina. So come back if you want to see Bocas del Toro, and if you haven't seen my other vlogs from Panama City and Santa Catalina, check them out. I'll link them up here, and I hopefully see you soon.